For the fans, by the fans. Welcome to the only Angels post-game show that keeps it real, win or lose. No filters, no fluff, just raw reactions right after the final out. The Golden Stamos is polished up and somebody's about to take it home. A clutch hit, a game-saving grab, or just straight-up hustle. We see you. But if you played like trash, you're getting the dreaded Nacho Night Award. We saw the missed calls, we saw the blown saves, the clutch moments, and the disasters too. Your comments are front and center, and yeah, we read all of them. Wanna let loose? Call in and sound off live. No scripts, no suits, no spin. This is raw, this is real, this is where the fans take over. This is the Heady Postgame Show with Todd Fox. For the fans, by the fans.
I'm a fox. My name's Todd.
Hey, welcome in everybody to the Halos in the Infield post-game show. I'm your host, Todd Fox, as we start yet another night on a Tuesday as the Angels lose 7-3. A very disappointing game. There's going to be much to talk about in this one with you in the comments, as we always do, because we're the most interactive and only post-game show out there. If you listen to Locked On Cox, well, you're definitely not a fan of ours. But I will tell you this, tough loss here tonight because we are by the fans, for the fans, for the fans, by the fans. And we're in the stands with you, suffering with this team or celebrating with this team, just like the Halo boys over there in right field. But the Angels, man, losing this one here tonight in a tough one. And I think that they could have done a lot better, but didn't work out the way we thought it would. Muted myself there for a second. There we go. So tough one tonight. Angels losing 7-3. They had their chances and ran themselves way out of it in this one. I go back here to the, what is it? I think it was in the sixth inning when they had a fifth inning when they had an opportunity, scoring 2 runs, getting a couple guys on base. Ohapi was thrown out at home, which was terrible. They could have made it 7-3, had second and third. And then the unlucky play by Tendenzio hitting into the double play right there to end the inning. They had 2 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error in that inning, and only scored the 2 runs on the 2-run homer. And then they had an opportunity again later in the game, but then was second and third, but Ohapi couldn't get a big hit, which would have got him back into 7-5. So again, it was one of those things where Sam Blum put out a post during the what is it called? The 4th inning after the implosion. And they had all kinds of negativity on that. They were talking about how Soriano's with the 4th inning just really he doesn't have it. In the 4th inning, he just falls apart. And sure enough, that's what happened. A lot of you guys are, and I'm going to get into the comments, a lot of you guys are talking about what happened with Bo Porter over there at third base. Reminds me of a couple of years ago when our third base coach was sending everybody home. Again, at the game I was at, when they threw out Campero at third, which cost us in a game, throwing out Ohapi right there. Ohapi was barely touching the third base bag, and the ball was almost already in the cutoff man's hand. So, I mean, that should just tell you everything you need to know. It was a dumbass move. You never want to run yourself out of the inning, and yet again they do it again. So tough loss again for the Angels. Again, this is what you're going to get. This is what you're going to get with this team. And if you, I implore you guys to listen to what Lee Hacksaw Hamilton, San Diego great and legend. He was a legend up here in the LA radio market. I talked to him off air before the game as we did a podcast together as he checked in after the All-Star break and after the well, not the All-Star break, but after the trade deadline. And he talked about what happened there. And then he talked about the what we have to look forward to hopefully in the next season or two with the Angels. But this is not a competitive team, EQ, when they do shit like this. And again, we've talked about it multiple times that this team cannot afford to take losses like this. They're not the type of team that can get through these situations, get knocked around, or have an issue where the guy's thrown out or a costly error. It usually always bites them in the ass because they don't have the talent to make up for it. So that's what happened tonight. Again, they were bit early, and I knew kind of early that this team was not going to win this game, falling behind. Soriano only goes 4 innings. He continues his journey at home, which is struggling. Angels are now 4 games under 500. And also the fact that, between the splits of home and road, he's just a different pitcher at home, dude, and it's not good. 7 and 9, 4 innings pitched, 7 hits, 7 earned, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Pepio, they made him look like a freaking ace. And of course, the Angels can't do nothing back-to-back days. Now they have a sunny day with a guy who's been giving out home runs left and right, like Christmas presents and Anderson. So tomorrow's game looks rather rough. I think where the Angels lost this one offensively, despite them getting ran out of the inning a couple times on their own fruition. I think there was 3 guys that screwed them over tonight. Actually, 4 in the lineup. Zach Neto going 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. He continues to struggle as his average was once at 287. He was knocking on the door of 300. It's gone down to 270. Shauna Wells all of a sudden gotten cold as well. He went 0 for 4. You look at Mike Trout, he got a hit, 1 for 4, but he had 3 strikeouts. Again, 3 more strikeouts for a guy should not be striking out on fastballs. Again, he offers you 3 more strikeouts. He's only batting 230. And then Ward is back to doing Ward things, which is nothing, 233. Adele had a nice night, but when Ohapi gives you 0 for 3 as well with 2 strikeouts, only the 1 walk, it's not looking good. So combined with the 4 guys that are supposed to be big hitters in your lineup, they went a combined 1 for 15. So that's 1 for 15 and a walk. So that's why you lost. That's why you lost right there. And again, I talked about it multiple times, and I will say it over and over and over again. This pitching staff is not good. They're not very talented. They're a bunch of mediocre pitchers. There's Soriano there that's on the ascension. There's other guys who can come through that can do good, but they need more time, more pitching. But they're a bend but don't break pitching staff. Yes, they do give up a lot of home runs. Yes, they do give up a lot of walks. But most of those home runs are solo home runs that they've given up or 2-run shots max. And you see what they can do. I mean, they do lock in, they do shut down. The bullpen, for the most part, took care of business tonight. Gave the Angels a bunch of opportunities to at least get back into the game, if not tie the game. But again, the offense is just the offense, which is terrible. When you have your best hitter in the DH spot at number 3, continually striking out night in, night out, then you have other opportunities on the base pads. You're running yourself off. Then you're taking stupid swings. They don't know how to do small ball. I will tell you over and over and over, it has been the hitting that has cost this team more than the pitching. Although the pitching has its bad nights, although the pitching has gotten this team into trouble as well, I'm not saying they're completely innocent. But if you have to switch blamers, say, hey, Todd, who do you blame the most? What's the percentage on the hitting or pitching that you blame for the Angels? Take away the managing, because the managing does play a part too. That's been atrocious all year, whether it was Ron Washington or Ray Montgomery. But I will say this, 70% of their losses are because of the hitting. 30% is the pitching. Yes, and again, Anderson has no win since April, and Kikuchi, I think, has 1 or 2 since April, because those guys are in dogfights with the other pitcher, and they're giving up 2 or 3 runs, and they leave the game, and their bullpen can't hold it because, again, you're expecting the bullpen to work miracles, and I mean miracles. And then the fans locked on Cox. They're like, "Oh my God, the bullpen blew it! Oh my God!" It's like, bitch, you had a 3-2 lead. That's not a lot. You're allowed to give up a run or 2 here or there in the bullpen. If you give up 1 out of the bullpen in 4 innings, that's pretty damn good, and that's what they average or less. Yet we're on the bullpen. We're on the pitching staff all the time. You have 7 innings to score some fucking runs, and you can't get 1. That's on the hitting. Excuse me, sir. That's the hitting. And again, tonight, I think a lot of it came down to the hitting tonight. Again, having opportunities to score runs and not being able to get it done. So I think it's very frustrating to watch this team continue to shoot itself in the freaking foot every time they have an opportunity to get better. But no, it's just always backwards, ass backwards. 3 runs, 6 hits. They allow 7 runs, 8 hits. They had 2 errors even to try to help the Angels. Angels couldn't take advantage. Again, we went through the lineup. You had a Peraza get his first hit. You had a Tendencio get a hit right there, but the Angels struck out 12 times and they only left 4 men on base, so they weren't pressuring again. And 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Imagine had they got some guys on. But the bullpen was clean. Only 1 hit allowed, 7 strikeouts out of the bullpen. So again, you can't put this one on the bullpen, but again, other channels will do that for us. So with that being said, the Angels drop a game where they could pick up a game. They don't come through again. So they are now sitting 5 games out of the wild card. And hey, right now it is what it is at this point. I there's not much to say. This team is what it is. They just can't get out of their own way. PSK says fire the third base coach. So many errors. Ray Montgomery is just proving every game that he's not cut out for managing. Why would you send Ohapi? Really miss Washington. Tyler says you can't leave Soriano out there to let up 7. Can we also get rid of Geezer Porter? Todd, what up, brother, man? Ward costing us bad defense and not scoring from third. Yeah, he slowed down too. Maximum effort Ward, no, lazy as hell in the outfield, lazy as hell on the base pads. Neto says, I love losing. Yo, why are we better away at home than at home? I don't know, man. And I just have a feeling the Dodgers might clap our cheeks after we swept them. Far too many left on base tonight. Me says Ramiro says it's hard watching Trout these days. I say that every night because he's just so easy to strike out. Soriano was cheeks tonight. Exactly. You have Matthew Lugo in AAA for some god awful reason. Ward is still here. Also, I'm going to the game tomorrow. Mike Trout is my GOAT. That's cool right there. With those comments set over there on TikTok, I'm going to get to yours over on YouTube and everything right now. But first, we have to give out the awards tonight. And there ain't going to be an award for an Angel. There wasn't really any guy that tore it up for Tampa Bay tonight. I mean, you could say Brandon Lowe hit a 2-run homer. You could say, Magnum was pretty decent out there tonight, but they mixed it up, and most of their guys except Walls got on base. Actually, he got on base with I believe he was hit by a pitch, or he got on with a sacrifice or something. I forgot how Walls got on, but basically everybody scored or got on base or scored a run tonight for Tampa Bay, and you're going to lose when you let the offense do that or the hitting. Also, I'm going to give it to Pepio because Pepio, 5 2/3, 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 90 pitches, pretty efficient. He kept the Angels down for the most part. Although the Angels did have their opportunities, they lost with that. Now, who gets Nacho Night Award tonight? Let's find out.
For the worst performance of the night, congratulations. Played yourself.
Moldy cheese, stale chips, what a sight. All your dreams gone tonight. Had a bad night, lost the fight. No more crunch, just take a bite. It's the Nacho Night Award.
Well, so far, I'm going to give it to Soriano. Soriano, 7 runs allowed tonight. That should not happen, and it did. And it is what it is. He takes the loss, pitches terrible at home once again. And again, we take the loss as a team as we have an opportunity to gain some ground and once again lose. Now, let's go over to somebody who is an honorable mention for Nacho Night, and that is Mike Nelson Trout. 86 games played this year, 304 at bats, and he has 47 runs scored, 72 hits, 9 doubles. That's very low for a guy with his stature. I don't care about triples. He's too slow for that. 19 homers still, 47 RBIs. I really thought he was going to catch 400 on this homestand. Boy, was I wrong. 58 walks only. So for a power hitter, 58 walks. That's terrible. Uh, he also has 112 strikeouts. So to keep this in perfect, to keep this in context, um, he has played. Let's see, he played 119 games in 2022. He struck out 139 times. So this strikeout problem isn't new. He struck out 104 times in 82 games in 2023. 2024, he struck out 27 times in only 29 games played. Remember, he only played 29 games last year. He struck out 56. Well, and that's not bad. 56 and 53 games in 2020. 2019, he struck out 120 times in 134 games. Again, for a power hitter, that's fine. But his all time is in 2014. Magically, was the last time they went to the playoffs. He had a WAR of 7.9 that year, but he still struck out 184 times. But again, you put up 36 homers and 111 RBIs. Do what you will with striking out. If strikeouts are part of your game, you're still producing. I'm fine with that because that season he walked 83 times. He had 40 doubles. So again, this guy had a 287 average. If he's striking out 184 times and playing that many games, okay, I'm fine with that. However, when you come down here and you're striking out that many times, that's not good. In that many games played, and you're not putting up many runs, you're actually costing your team now. And you look at him and Taylor Ward, it's the same goddamn thing. Let me give you Taylor Ward stats right here. So Taylor Ward, you got career batting right here. Strikeouts. There's no reason for a guy like Taylor Ward, who again, 23 homers, 65 RBIs in 2022. He struck out 120 times in 135 games. That's not production. That's not productive. Last year, he played 156 games. He struck out 163 times, putting up only 25 and 75. This year, career numbers 26 and 84. He's already struck out 134 times, which means he's on a good trajectory to hit 180, his most strikeouts of all time. So again, you tell me, is that productive for a guy like that? No. And that's some of the reasons why this team is losing. Just a fraction of the reason why this team continues to suck. Also, see, Ward has very little between the ears. You were right about the LA Times owner Patrick Sunyon is putting together a group. I told you I have some inside sources. I'll put some votes for our third base coach as well, Nacho Knight. There you go, OGs. Third base, that's an honorable mention too, because that guy has run us out of many of innings this year, which is basically a problem, which we always say.
Oh my God!
It's so pathetic, man. I had a feeling that we were going to do something stupid tonight. I just had a feeling. So with that being said, let's get into your comments over here on it's Spritz O'Clock. And you know what? We didn't win, but we're still going to play it anyway because I don't have the other version. It's Mateo, by the way.
Yeah! I love winning, man. I fucking love winning. You know what I'm saying? It's like better than losing.
Spritz O'Clock, Angels play. Win or lose, we toast today. Sip and cheer, no matter score. Spritz O'Clock, let's pour some more. Spritz O'Clock, let's pour some more. Spritz O'Clock, let's pour some more.
I love winning, man. I fucking love winning. You know what I'm saying?
You know, this team looks just as confused as that video of Artie Moreno. 10AK over there on TikTok. I want to just tell you, he says we're talking about our 3 and 4 hitters. Yes, we are. And what you're saying is Trout is going through the motions. I totally agree. And it's frustrating because, again, I would love for him to bust some Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson was playing with one hip, basically. And the other hip was barely tied together with some shoestring and bubble gum. And he was a shell of his former self, but still angry as hell. I saw him in person twice break a bat over his hip like it was a toothpick. So I am very frustrated that you have guys like Bo Jackson, like right now Baker brought up Torrey Hunter, players like that gave a shit when they struck out, or threw their bat down, threw their batting gloves, slammed their helmet. He just turns around, is like, chews his gum real quick, looks back, does that arrogant walk back to the dugout. Just there's nothing. There's nothing from him. And that's one thing that I wish I could ask him, like, dude, why is there not more passion from you? Why is there not more, leadership from you? And you know what? If you've checked out, then let's move him. Let's get his mojo back for another team. Let's move him. My God, dude. Like I really want to see passion from our players, and I see it from Neto. You see it from the youngster over there at second base, Morbane, that air. He also bobbled one, and he was pissed off. He had his head down, and he was just like, shit. And you could read his lips. Like it frustrated him. It hurt him that he made a tough play there, or that he didn't make a play. And I think Ohapi has got to get that passion back too, because I think he's been beaten up a little bit by the media. No. Let me take that back. The media doesn't beat up anybody. By the coaches, maybe some of the fans. He's doubting himself. And yeah, he needs to get, like Adrian says, we need to get some more production out of him. We need to get him talking. Baker says, season ticket holder. Yes, I am, sir. Chris says Trout hasn't adjusted to the DH role yet. He needs to get back into the field. It's frustrating. It's just frustrating the way that they lose and the way that we don't have any leadership. Baker says, you ready for the Dodgers series? Can't be any otherwise, because this series with the Rays, who knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Let's see. This game could have been won despite the Rays scoring 7 runs. We killed ourselves tonight. Mario says, oh no, we suck again, which is basically the mantra of the Angels.
Oh no! We suck again!
Yes. Mateo also says, my mom told me if I have attitude, she doesn't want me to go anyway. I don't regret it. Mateo's like, you know what? This team is just fat. Just all around fat.
This fat son of a bitch is going to drown us all out.
Calm down, okay? All right?
He's fat.
Jaden says Jo Adell is him. He's turning into it, and you will see that Jo Adell will be a 30 to 85 RBI guy. And I'm hoping that he finishes the season strong with some more walks and some more hits and gets his average back up to 250. I think that would be a phenomenal season for Mr. Jo Adell and a good launching pad for next year. Angels fan first just keeps putting up the losses, as we took the loss tonight. Dan says, finally gave myself a night off from these bums. Shit the bed. Also, they're going to be good next year season. I don't care what Artie does. Do shit. James says, beat ourselves once again tonight. It's getting old. Dan Rio says, me love you long time. And Roger likes to tell you the same thing.
There's a lot of baseball left to be played. And the season starts tonight, which makes me so horny. And me love you long time.
Canero saying, rest in peace, Angels. We called that 2 weeks ago. Tyler says, Wayne and Gooby had to open their big mouths about Soriano's 4th inning woes, and it happened right on cue. Rays are like, oh no, what happened? Yeah, they were taunting us tonight.
Oh no, what happened? Oh no, how terrible. That's just awful. How terrible. Oh no.
Adrian says, I love that Adele is showing leadership in the dugout, coaching the young cats. And you know what? 100% correct, because when we saw him the other day, when Campero dropped the ball, he was the first one to come over there, put his arm around him and say, hey, man, I got you. We got you, blah, blah. And he's also been a player in there, high-fiving, really, pumping people up. He's not about himself. I like that about him. Someone got to Adele, or Adele just said, you know what? And he embraced the game, because right now he, in every aspect, has upped his game, and I'm loving it. He's a good player. And I'm glad we still got him under control. Canero says, I will not attend any more games. You have more inside sources about the Angels or Artia or about the owners. I will let you guys know when I do, but I do have inside sources that have been passing me information. That's why you got the information you guys got, is what because that's the way I've been rolling right now. I just hope we sweep the Dodgers again. That will be our World Series. I will, yes, definitely be super happy if we do that. Wayne jinxed that shit. All the damage done right after he talked in the no hitter, and Soriano always being crappy in the fourth. Bro, I don't understand how commentators nowadays. I mean, the great Vince Scully would have pimp slapped Wayne for mentioning a no hitter. I mean, he knows better than that. And stupidity. Frost Blaze says Bo Porter has to be the worst third base coach in baseball. I wouldn't doubt it. Why would Bo Porter send O'Hoppe down and win a chance with a big inning? Porter was at fault sending O'Hoppe. That was dumb. Also, who was that fan yelling at Moore in the fourth inning? I don't know. I wasn't that close. EQ says competitive team. Mateo says 714 tickets. And by the way, 714 tickets, if you want 714 ticket prices, you can sit in the 100s. Yes, the 100 section level you can sit in for just $7.14 thanks to Ron Holton 714 tickets. So if you don't already use our HITI code in the apply now code when you buy your tickets online with 714 tickets, and you don't have to pay any taxes or don't pay any extra fees, you always make good on your tickets being $20, $30, whatever they are. The price you see is the price you get. However, you take it to the next level on August 18th versus the Cincinnati Reds. Come early, pay $7.14. Get your tickets now before they run out on 714tickets.com today, or call them and ask for some tickets. If they have said they run out online, give them a call and they will make some more for you. Trust me, I talked to Ron himself. Adrian says, I tried buying more today. No, trust me, Adrian. If they are sold out, you can buy some more. He will get some more sections. Can't believe they didn't win. I heard the season started tonight. Shane says Artie Moreno isn't the issue. Angels fans that support the team are. I disagree with that, Slick, because again, if your parents tell you to stay away from that girl that's bad for you, yes, she's bad for you, but do you listen to your parents? No, you don't. You still go out there and you still go after that girl. She could be smoking weed and you're a clean cut Christian, or she could have tattoos and you're a clean cut Christian. And your parents like, no, 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 stay away from her. She's bad news. And what do? Oh, you don't know, mom and dad. I can change her. She's better. And you go after her anyway. Well, consider us that kind of Christian kid, loving the Angels, loving what they're about, super attracted to them because the girl's hot and the Angels are, in a way, if you look at it that way. And you want to go to the stadium, everyone tells you to stay away. You probably should listen, but you know what? You go because you can change her. Things will change. She'll get better. She'll listen. She'll turn it around. I swear to God. I know, bad analogy, but I'm just saying nothing will change until Artie doesn't own the team, just like the Cowboys. However, Slim or Slick, I will say this as well. Uh, at least the Cowboys make the playoffs, and at least that guy knows how to draft. I'll give the Cowboys their due. James says, don't know why they sent O'Hoppe during the rally in the fifth inning. Jack says, did the Hay Blows think Alfonso Soriano came out of retirement to become a pitcher? He's so bad. James Malou says Ward should have scored. He should have, but of course he's Ward. Went to the game on Sunday for Vietnamese Heritage Night. Great comeback win. Thought I'd bet my daughter an ice cream sandwich Trout would strike out. I made her buy one. Wife was are serious. Loon says, so shit, man. I don't know. Who's Alfonso Soriano? Also, Angels in the fourth inning was like, oh no, what happened exactly?
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful! How terrible! Oh no!
Also, Alex says I miss the old days when we had I don't know if you could see me. Probably not. The power's out. So, yeah, if I got nothing, I'm actually in my studio and the power's completely out. So I apologize. I will. This is not the way I imagine things. If you look over here, which you probably can't see much, this is the inside of the studio. We got nothing. I'm actually locked in my garage because it's electric. So that's awesome. The entire block is out. So there it is. I don't know what's going to happen right now. I got to stay in here until they can get the garage open. So that's where I'm screwed. So I'm going to work on this. The post game will be canceled. My computer and everything is out. So I got on my phone. At least I have my phone right now. It's not the electric bill, you ass, Frederick. The power completely went out on the block. I'm going to show you too. Watch. Take a look. I don't know if you can see right here. Everything's out. So power's out, everybody. So just like the fourth inning, like Mario said, oh no, what happened? I'll catch you guys later. This one fell apart. Go Angels, I guess. Catch you tomorrow. Unless the power comes on. Well, actually, no, unless the power comes on, I've got to run, man, because I got nothing else to say, man. I mean, I got no stats here. I could talk about the loss and everything, but I got to figure out how the hell I'm going to get out of here if they don't turn on the powers pretty soon. So, yeah, it is what it is. Have a good night, everybody.